communist Venezuela is getting a message loud and clear. There was a boat that the government took out just yesterday afternoon because it's believed to have been trafficking in illicit drugs, and, well, it's not allowed. So this is quite a message, a new message that the Trump administration is sending to Venezuela. Let me show you. Here's the video of the boat as it was cruising along. It's believed to be narco trafficking, and they were not going to have this, and consequently, the administration made the call to take this one out, basically sending quite a message to one Nicolás Maduro. Here's Donald Trump talking about this incident just moments after it happened, just ahead of the release of this video yesterday.
When you come out and when you leave the room, you'll see that we just, over the last few minutes, literally shot out a boat, a drug-carrying boat, a lot of drugs in that boat. And you'll be seeing that, and you'll be reading about that. It just happened moments ago, and our great general, head of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, who's been so incredible, including what took place in Iran, knocking out potential nuclear power for a long time to come. I think within a month they would have had it if we didn't do what we did. But he gave us a little bit of a briefing, and you'll see. And there's more where that came from. We have a lot of drugs pouring into our country, coming in for a long time. And we just, these came out of Venezuela and coming out very heavily from Venezuela. A lot of things are coming out of Venezuela. So we took it out, and you'll get to see that after this meeting is over.
Mm-hmm. And you saw it. So this is an escalation of sorts. He's making it very clear to Nicolás Maduro, we do not want this coming into our country, and we will take measures to defend ourselves from this drug trade. And where this goes from here, not entirely sure. Keep in mind that Maduro really hasn't responded other than to perhaps try to communicate that he's got China in his back pocket. Let me see if I can show you guys this, because, oh yeah, here we go. He's out on social media bragging about his Chinese phone.
Ahí me llega todo por aquí. Teléfono que me regaló, mira, Xi Jinping. Esto me lo regaló Xi Jinping.
Xi Jinping gifted me this. Look at it. It's a Huawei. Look at this is the best phone, and I love it. It's the best phone. I got it straight from Xi Jinping. I guess this means that, well, they're tracking you, Senor Maduro. They are tracking you, aren't they now? Because, I mean, if China's giving you the phone. But I think that that was designed to send a little bit of a message because, look, Venezuela's close. It's just under 3 hours, right? Maybe 2.5, tops 3 hours from Miami. And I'll also say this. It's got a tremendous amount of oil. Wouldn't we love to get that oil? I mean, let's just be honest, right? Especially in this AI environment, it's got a lot of oil. The Orinoco region, which I've been to, and the problem with that particular region, it's a ton of oil, rivals Saudi Arabia, but you can't get this stuff out of the ground. You can't get it out of the ground because they don't have the technology that, well, we have right here in the US of A. And so if we were to actually send our teams in there and to have some kind of joint partnership with them, well, we would be very advantageous for them, would we not? And they would be good for us because then we'd get the energy. But for some reason, Maduro keeps choosing to be our enemy, to be our foe instead of being our friend. And then when you're sending boats like that to the U.S., this president means business. So we're watching this one carefully. As you guys well know, I am very well sourced on this story on all sides. Don't forget, Maria Corina Machado. Remember that name. She is the one they're watching to possibly take over. She was educated in part here in the U.S. at Yale. She is somebody who wants to restore capitalism to the great country of Venezuela. Can that happen? It's not entirely clear at this point, but I just want to encourage you to put that on your radar. And why do we care about it? One, it's in our hemisphere. Hello, Monroe Doctrine, right? Monroe Doctrine, alive and well. We're going out and we're taking out this boat because it's a threat to the U.S. Meanwhile, what does Maduro do? He says, oh, I got my little phone from Xi Jinping. Ha ha ha, right? Because they want to introduce Russia, China, Iran, all there into Venezuela, knowing that it would be a direct violation of the Monroe Doctrine, and that we're going to want to have some autonomy and some presence and some influence there. So that's an ongoing saga we're going to continue to watch at this moment in time. It's all happening, of course, as China has its big parade. And I just got to say, you know what? Their female soldiers are pretty hot. They have the most amazing posture of any female soldiers I've ever seen. They're all like the same size. It's kind of amazing. Did you see this one? So big festivities, the female soldiers marching there. We saw male soldiers too. I'm not trying to be sexist, but I'm just saying, you know what? I mean, look, Eric Swalwell, he'd be toast. I think they're hotter than Fang Fang. Just saying. Okay, so they were all marching in the parade. Then you had a few other things going on. Let's see. They had, North Korea there, Russia there. I mean, it was just quite a cast of characters. Check it out. If you are listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, thank you for that. We're just looking at some pictures brought to us courtesy of the Kremlin, by the way. They sent this one in to just let you know, in case you had any suspicion that, you know what, Kim Jong-un and Vladimir, they're tight. They're like bosom buddies here, walking down the red carpet together. Yeah. So that was kind of a thing. And then Xi Jinping, of course, holding court there with all his friends. Donald Trump came out and said a few things. He had a tweet about this one saying, guys, like, that's great, right? I hope you're having fun. All your buddies there just trying to conspire against the United States. See, one of the things that people worry about is whether or not they would work together to create a nuclear plan that would rival whatever we would have. And so that's one of the things that's on the table. Russia makes terrifying nuclear offer to China that could topple the U.S. and leave the world on the brink of Armageddon, according to the Daily Mail. So again, the president really not loving this move and making that clear. But then, he also said this, which was kind of funny. He kind of left a door open. So there was this post that he made on social media, like, hey, I hope you're having fun with your friends trying to conspire against the U.S. But then he said something just moments ago at the White House today. I want to share it with you because he's also saying, hey, you guys ought to appreciate us a little bit more. So he's sort of letting Xi know that, we do a lot for you too. We're one of your friends too. It's kind of an interesting comment. Let's take a look.
Sir, on Russia and China, sir, can we ask about, we saw a dramatic picture where we saw the leaders of Russia and North Korea and China together, the first time the leaders of those three countries have been together in this sort of show of solidarity. You said that they're conspiring against the United States. What do you think they're conspiring to do? And given this, is it reason why you should slap or would consider slapping secondary sanctions on Russia if they're conspiring against the U.S. now?
Well, I've already done that with regard to India, and we're doing it with regard to other things. And I put out a truth last night. You saw that. And I was the one that brought it up. I said they're only doing this. They're looking to, when they did what they did, I thought it was a beautiful ceremony. I thought it was very, very impressive. But I understood the reason they were doing it, and they were hoping I was watching, and I was watching. My relationship with all of them is very good. We're going to find out how good it is over the next week or two. I think that we helped China very much, as you know, when they talk about freedom. And I don't believe that, and maybe I'm wrong, I hope I'm wrong, but I don't believe that America, that the United States was acknowledged for helping China to gain its freedom. But perhaps that was just a that was a sleight of hand. I mean, I was very surprised. I watched the speech last night. President Xi's a friend of mine, but I thought that the United States should have been mentioned last night during that speech because we helped China very, very much.
So that's interesting, guys. He's sort of saying, hey, don't forget, you wouldn't be where you are without us. We actually are your friend. I mean, you can go back to the Nixon years. Nixon in China, right? We had a big hand in creating the Chinese economy that exists today. So he was sort of saying, yeah, I get it. You're out there with the new ones, you know, that you think these are the cool kids in town. But do not forget, you wouldn't be where you are without the United States of America. So a very diplomatic but pointed comment there from President Trump. Well done, well done. A reminder, everyone, reminder to go check out 76 Research, my company. I'd love for you to get our newsletter. Use code word dollar, DOLLAR, just $1 a month for the first 2 months, and then it goes to $9.95. I'm just going out to some of your comments here. I'm so thrilled. Do you know that we are now number 85 and climbing on the YouTube list of top podcasts. So that's a big, big deal. Not that many political shows. So, hey, another reason to be pretty excited. You know, I'm laughing at Don Baca saying, imagine Tim having to cope with President Vance. I don't think he could run against President Vance. Look, I don't think Tim can actually run against anyone. I think Tim Walz is an enormously bad candidate. I think Gavin Newsom, frankly, just given his track record and some of the things that he's done lately, you know, the imitation of Trump is just a train wreck. He doesn't know who he is. He fundamentally doesn't know who he is. Well, if you don't know who you are, then how do you expect the voters to know who you are? Okay, Gavin, I mean, Timmy, you clearly, I mean, I don't think you know what gender you are, for goodness sakes. Not to mention, you know that Timmy Walz has never even invested in a stock. Like, he has no retirement account whatsoever. I'm like, oh yeah, buddy, you make what, 160 some odd $1,000 a year, 170, whatever they're paying members of Congress these days, and you never even bothered to buy a single stock because you don't believe in the American economy. You don't believe in capitalism. You don't deserve to be our president. Certainly didn't deserve to be our vice president, nor to Kamala Harris for that matter. I mean, they are a bunch of schmoes. They don't have anyone. They don't have anyone. I mean, look at what we've got. We've got a pretty deep bench. We've got Vance. We've got Rubio, who keeps fighting with Margaret Brennan on her show, making her look worse and worse. We got a good cast of characters. All right, you get DeSantis down in Florida. I don't know. I think there is plenty of room for a lot of different people that have a lot of conviction and a lot of charisma. And you know what? Charisma and conviction and je ne sais quoi, that matters in politics. So the Timmy Walzes of the world, they're the same as the Tim Kaines of the world. You know, you don't really notice them. They're the wallflowers that we talk about, right? They don't resonate, whether it be in network TV or whether it be on the international political stage. Donald Trump has charisma in spades. So who do they have like that? Vance has got some, Rubio's got some. You know, they're not Trump. All right, I'm just going to be honest. They are not Trump. But they certainly have more humor and intelligence than the likes of anyone I'm seeing out there, whether it be AOC, Bernie Sanders, Jasmine Crockett, or Gavin Newsom. Timmy, forget about him. All right, so they don't have anybody. And I don't know what they're going to do other than just keep on complaining and complaining and complaining and complaining. It is good to have you all here. Thank you so much for being here. I love this. I love what we're doing. I love what we're building together. Please, if you are here for the first time or if you're coming back, make sure you subscribe. It means a lot. It helps. Every little bit helps. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think of the show, and I'll see you here live again tomorrow.